Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, it'll be fantastic if you subscribe to our channel. Okay, right there, as you can see, today we're going to make a kind of Chinese beef and green beans. Really lovely. We've got some nice tender beef, which again we're going to tenderize in the pan with some fantastic flavors: garlic, ginger, chili, 5-spice soy sauce. Wonderful. Let's stop talking, let's go and do it. Okay, so what we're going to need for this dish today, as you can see here, I've got some green beans or fine beans or French beans. Here I've got roughly about equal parts of beef. Now that's kind of nice and lean, and I've cut it into quite small thin pieces. Over here I've got some sticks of ginger, I've got some garlic nicely sliced, some black peppercorns. Here I've got a little bit of red onion, you could use white or brown, no problem. Some fresh red chili, soy sauce. Here I've got 5-spice, a 5-spice mix. Wonderful seasoning that is. You can usually get that in, an Asian store, if not a regular supermarket, or you can check out our channel to see how to make that. And we've got some water. We're going to start this off with a little bit of oil in a pan. Let's get moving. Okay, let's get started. I've got a pan here with some oil in that's getting nice and hot. Now I'm using a sunflower oil today. You can use any oil you like. Probably not an olive oil, doesn't quite go, but anyway, there's some black peppercorns. I've got some ginger here. I'm going to just put a few bits in, possibly half of it. We'll use the other half in a bit. Same with the garlic. And what those three ingredients are doing is giving that oil a really lovely flavour. The next thing is we're going to drop in our beef, and we're going to stir fry it for about 3 to 4 minutes. So as you can see, our meat has changed colour, gone from its raw redness to this more brown, absolutely nowhere near cooked, and that's what I'm doing here. That's why we only put a little bit of the garlic and that in, because what I'm going to do now, even though this meat is a pretty good cut, beef can kind of tend to be a bit, it kind of tightens up as a muscle. It can be a little bit hard, so I'm going to try and tenderize it. What I'm going to do now is put a little bit of our 5-spice in. Again, we've got some balance there. A little bit of soy sauce. Again, I'm using like 50% of our garlic, ginger, 5-spice and soy. Then I've got some water here. A cup of water or so like that. Give that a nice mix. So what we're doing now is, obviously you can see our meat's in and we've got loads of flavours packed in there. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then once it's on a boil I'm going to turn it down until it's a rolling boil, and we just want to reduce some of this water down. This process is probably going to take about 6 to 7 minutes. It's really worth it because the water and the liquid in there now is really going to tenderise our beef. So bring to a boil, raging boil, then get it down to a rolling boil, let it evaporate off a little bit, then I'll be back. So as you can see, our liquid is reducing, and what this means is this beef is going to really get nice and tender. Now I'm going to let it go a little bit more. You're probably not going to get rid of all of the liquid, don't worry about that. I mean, a little bit of liquid's not going to be a problem. So yeah, I'm going to give this about another 2 or 3 minutes, then I'll be back. Okay, that's wonderful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all of this beef out, set it to one side, and then we're going to pretty much start the process again there's no need to clean this pan. That pan's got wonderful flavours in it. So just remove that, then straight back onto the heat. Okay, there's our beef. Our pan's not clean. It's like I say, got nice heat. It's got some nice stains on it as well, and a touch of oil in there. So now let's get that ginger. Let's get that garlic. Let's get our onions in there. Now this is pretty dry, this, which is kind of how I want it. So we're just gonna, everything's on a high heat by the way. So what we're gonna do is just throw these around. Just for like 1 to 2 minutes, high heat. Get them ready. Now the process of that beef you might find unnecessary, but believe me, you really tenderize that beef. Even if you've got, or you think you've got an incredibly expensive or nice cut, that is the way to go, I think. But you know, I mean, if you don't want to, don't do it. Just stir fry away. But really worth it for me. We've really injected loads and loads of flavour already into that. Okay, now I'm going to go over my beans. And again, we're going to stir fry these in this kind of dryish wok for about another 2 to 3 minutes. These are coming on beautifully. I don't know if you can see there, but it started to pick up a little blackness that was in that pan before from the beef. The smell's wonderful. I kind of like that, like I say, the dry kind of fry of it. Kind of gives it a bit of a smoky flavour. You see like them onions there burning nicely. I love that. I mean, that makes a kind of beautiful flavour for this dish. Okay, now let's get that 5 spice in there. You don't need lots of 5 spice when you're cooking. It's quite a kind of flavourful mixture. You know, you don't want to go mad with it. A little bit works really well. Now we're going to go back in with our beef. Optional, but I love it. Some fresh red chilli. And again, as you can hear and see there, it's all very dry in the pan. Even though we did have a little bit of moisture from the beef, which I'm sure you heard as it went in the pan, but it's all pretty dry. Let's now add a little bit of soy, a little touch more water. Not too much this time, just, you know, a little splash. And just as an optional, I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil, which just gives it a lovely nutty flavour. So, still on this very high heat, let's throw this around in this little wok for about another 3 to 4 minutes, stirring it all the time, and that's pretty much done. See you then. And there we go, that is absolutely perfect. Now, we didn't add any salt because of the soy sauce. Soy sauce is salty enough for this dish. No need to put both in unless you're a real salt fan. But for me it's fine. If you wanted now, you could add some spring onions, some fresh coriander maybe, or nothing at all. That is perfect to go like that. Now, just to sort of take it in a different direction, we could pop a little bit of this in, which is oyster sauce, which I'm going to do. Give that a stir. Off goes the heat. And that's ready to roll. That's going to be fantastic, just with some plain white rice. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hope you enjoy that. We'll see you soon. There's loads going on Facebook and the websites and all that, so follow links if you like. Lots of love. See you later.